hello my sweet YouTube friends. How are you doing today? Welcome to this video. Welcome to my weekly Wip Chat. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. I have gotten a handful of new followers this past week, so I'm really happy to see you. And if you're here for the first time and you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so. You can do so right down there, and next to it you will find a bell. If you ding that bell and choose all, you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, hi friends, I'm so happy to see you. I hope you had a great week since last Whip and Chat, because I haven't put out any videos since then, since I was away. But more on that a little later. First up, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me and the algorithms and let people find me a little easier. How? I don't know, but it works. So, yeah. And let's get into this. So, this is a Wip and Chat. And if you're new to YouTube and new to my channel and you don't have any idea what a Wip and Chat is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. This is my work in progress. And chat, well, that means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while, okay? So buckle up, strap up. Let's get into this. So what you can do while I'm chatting away is you can work alongside me, either on a diamond painting like this one. You can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can, do errands, drive your car, and maybe just sit on the couch listening to me yabber on like a podcast. That is, when I'm listening to Wip and Chats, I'm just listening, and then I'm working on my diamond painting or my knitting. So, yeah, let's talk about this. This is a diamond painting. It is a licensed diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. It is this one, The Boy Who Lived. And you can see there's Harry. This is a very dark diamond painting compared to what I'm usually doing. But yeah, this is hang on, I need to see it a little better. This is a 56 by 79 centimeters, and it has square drills, like every diamond painting I own has square drills. So yeah, this is the one that we're working on. And what else? I am using my beloved Nicole trays. I say this every week, but I do love them. I should use some of my other trays, but I will eventually. Then I'm working on my checkerboard. I've been doing this for a while by now, and I still find it very interesting. So I'm using my ombre pink Diamond Art Club tweezers. They aren't very sharp, so I love using this for checkerboarding. And when I'm done with the checkerboarding, which I don't think I will be in this video, I will be using my amazingly beautiful amethyst diamond painting pen from Enabler's Outpost. Look at that. I love it. I love it. It has a glue dot in here, and this is, well, both ends. This steel tip and this steel tip is from Diamond Art Club. This is their newer metallic multi-places, and this is a 3-placer. In it, I have my own putty. This is the scent of, hang on, I can't smell it anymore. It's been used for a while, but I think it might be Coke or chocolate mint. I don't know, can't remember. But anyway, it's a beautiful pen. And I am using my Elizabeth Ward knockoff containers. Yeah, I love these. So those are what I'm using. And then I have my little pewter baby here for my trash drills. Yeah. And what else? Nothing, I think. I have my coffee. This is a Bailey Latte Macchiato, because I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. So I need something to pick me up. And why am I tired? let's get into that in just a second. First up, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope that you have had a great weekend, a great week. Please don't hesitate to tell me down below how you're doing, and also, what are you working on today? I would love to know. Even if you're not working on anything and you're just listening, let me know what you've been up to while listening to me yabber on as always. So, yeah, I'm tired because, as some of you might know, I was away this weekend on my yearly knitting retreat with a bunch of amazing women. This is kind of a tradition by now. What is it? It's wait, I was there for the first time in 18, so that'll be 18. I wasn't there for 19. So 20, 21, 20. This is my 5th year. And yeah. I mean, as time goes, you get your friends. The first time I was there, I was convinced by my sweet friend that, I wasn't convinced, I was told. I keep mocking her with that. I wasn't asked, I was told to be there. And I was basically following in her footsteps the entire weekend because I'm not very good with new people that I don't know. So I need some sort of insurance, some sort of, I don't know. I'm not shy, but I'm introverted. And the second that I get comfortable with anyone, or a group of people, I feel safe. I feel comfortable. So by now, I mean, I do share the bedroom with my friend there, girlfriend. I don't know what you would call it. But we can basically walk around all day without talking a whole lot. This year I was more like, okay, I need to talk to as many people as I can instead of always being around the same people that I do know by now. So I was doing my very best to get around, saying hello and, chatting a little with as many people as I could, which is awesome. And I love talking to people, but yeah, introverted, pain brain, still dealing with all the withdrawal symptoms. So that left me pooped when I came home Sunday afternoon. I love, going to these retreats. They are my yearly getaway. I don't get out a whole lot due to my clitoral fail and the pain and everything, because it's just too straining. But as long as it's possible, I am going to do my very best to go to these retreats, just because I enjoy them and I love seeing these people. So yeah, I'm gonna do my very best to be there for as long as possible, and then I'll take the consequences when I'm back home, because there are consequences. I mean, I came home Sunday afternoon. It is now Tuesday night, and I have basically been sleeping most of the time since. My back, my neck, and my lower back is actively trying to, I don't know what to say. I want to say kill me, but that isn't very nice, isn't it? But it feels like that. I'm in a lot of pain, even more pain than from just, weaning off my methadone, but hopefully it'll move, get rid of itself within this week. That is usually what happens. I won't say it always happens. Sometimes I'm just in too much of a pain. Coffee time. Sorry for the slobber. good. So yeah, tired to my bones, in pain, and still, it was worth it. I get to be around other knitting people. Oh, but I have to tell you, this whole weaning and withdrawal thing, yeah, it's not doing any good for my knitting abilities. I don't know what happened here, but I was bringing along something that I wanted to knit for Rosa. Hang on a second, I want to show you. I have my knitting over here. Where did it go? Sorry for the noise and the crinkling. Where? Okay. Let's see. So, this is a sweater, and my brother had told me that Rosa needed a new sweater. Okay, so I decided I want to do this. Originally, I wanted to do the dress, but okay, I can do the sweater first and then the dress later, right? Yeah. I picked out the color with my brother, and hang on, I need to find it. So it's this beautiful, vibrant orange. And you would think that me have been a knitter for, I don't know, 10 plus years by now, I would have gotten a whole lot of knitting done in this weekend, because usually I do. But this is all I got done. Yeah, this is all I got done from Friday mid-afternoon till Sunday midday, because I was making mistakes left and right. And when I finally, okay, I think I've got it, it turned out that I was knitting on too small of a knitting needle. So I had to yank it all out again, frog it, knit, whatever you want to call it, and then I have to start again. But this is where I am now. It's the furthest I've got since Friday. But yeah, there you see, this is what happens when you're withdrawing and getting out of medication, and on top of it, haven't been sleeping for a week. Because, yeah, that happened as well. So, when was that? Friday. I think I told you this last week as well. But not this Friday, but the Friday before, I took my last half methadone. So yeah, I was happy. Yay, all is going well. I'm out of it. Let's see what's happening. Come around Sunday last week, I didn't sleep because I was having the worst case of restless leg syndrome. At least that is what I was thinking I was having. And I didn't sleep. Well, at least I didn't sleep very much. Then I called my pain nurse. I told you that last week as well. And she gave me some advice to my baclofen, and I've been taking that ever since in the double dosage. But it didn't help me a whole lot. I haven't been well, up until this Sunday, I hadn't been sleeping more than maybe 2 hours interrupted from Sunday to, well, Sunday, let's say it like that. And I was exhausted, I was fatigued, yeah. So I guess on top of the withdrawal, the tiredness, and I don't know what, knitting, and especially in the pattern with lace and stuff, I guess that was more than my brain was able to do at that moment. So yeah. But when I came home Sunday, we have some nurses that is also attending this knitting retreat, and I've been talking, with one of them, and I was like, I wonder if I should try having a pillow under my legs to see if that would help, just to try to do something. And she would told me, yeah, well, that is actually a good idea, because elevating your legs might might do something with the restless leg syndrome. So I tried that. And I actually fell asleep rather quickly on Saturday evening. To my horror, though, I had forgotten to turn off my alarm that tells me to get my medication at 1:30 in the night. I had changed around the times a little during the weekend because, well, for starters, our day started a hell of a lot earlier than my days do here at home. So if I wanted breakfast or, wanted to talk to people, I needed to get up early. I was up at 7:30 a.m. Both days, Saturday and Sunday. So well, Friday I went to bed at around 11:30, and I did the same on Saturday. So yeah, but on Saturday I fell asleep rather quickly, only to be woken by that darn alarm. And then I didn't fall asleep again, sadly. But then Sunday when I came home, my sister-in-law was here, and she gave me some of that ear acupuncture that I've been having before. So yeah, I did that for about an hour, and then I had my legs elevated again that night, and apparently that's I don't know, it broke something. It did something, because I have been sleeping rather well, knock on wood, since. I have actually been sleeping. I fall asleep. It takes me a while to fall asleep, okay. I can live with that. But I sleep. I feel like an entire new human being after just 2 days of, well, sleep. I mean, it isn't, yay, perfectly everything is fine. And I still have the restless legs, but right now it is mostly during the day. And I can live with that. I can absolutely live with that if that means I am getting my sleep. Because I don't know if you've ever tried being sleep deprived for a week. Yeah, I can recommend it. I mean, I had to really work on not biting at people and being unreasonable and I don't know what. Because I don't like being like that. It's not who I want to be. But yeah. So hopefully, if the next days will give me some more comfort sleeping, I will be better. So yeah. But I'm not done with the retreat yet, because I have to tell you, I didn't take any pictures. Yeah, I know that you usually say if you don't have pictures, it didn't happen. But it did happen. We did get so much delicious food. The last time we were at this hostel, it was during the pandemic. The world had opened up just a little bit in the fall of 2000, at least here in Denmark, because, I don't know, maybe the numbers went down during the warmer months, and we weren't going to be a whole lot of people. We were, I don't know, 30, I think. And we needed to wear masks, and we had to test before going there, and, sanitize our hands every 3 minutes. It felt like it anyway. Just taking a lot of precautions. We weren't, to leave the hostel without wearing a mask, stuff like that. So we were really doing our best to keep everybody healthy. We needed to have taken a test, I think a day or so before. A lot of the people did those quick tests where they yank this Q-tip up your nose. I can't do that due to my health issues. So I just took a regular test and then stayed away from everybody until Friday. But yeah, But this time, and they had a new head chef, so that might have changed something as well, even though people told me that when they were there in 2014, the food was very amazing as well. But that chef, oh my God, we were spoiled. There was so much amazing, delicious food, and yeah, we were spoiled. The lunches were amazing. The dinners were even better. We had a big buffet 3 times a day. And then we had tea and coffee. And in the afternoon and the evening, we had cake with the coffee, tea. And yeah, we felt so spoiled. As always, I when we arrive on Friday, we start out by having our afternoon tea, coffee, whatever you want to have. They even have iced coffee this year. That is new. We haven't had iced coffee in any of the other years I've been there, so yay. Um, so we were welcoming and giving all the information that we needed, and um, just saying hi to people and um, chatting with friends and new people. We had a bunch of new people this year, which is amazing. I mean, I love that new people want to join us, because let's be honest, a lot of the women there isn't new anymore. I mean, I sometimes feel like I'm one of the youngest, and I'm not. I know that, but the most of these women are maybe 50, 60 plus. I mean, there are younger women as well, of course, but a lot of them are, around their mids. I don't know. A lot of them are rather old, which I don't mind. I love them dearly, but we do need younger people, new people to attend, because what will happen when all these amazing women are no more? So yeah, we need new people, we need younger people. I mean, a bunch of these new people weren't exactly young, but some are better than none. And it was a whole lot of fun, and I got to talk with amazing people. But yeah, for some reason, again this year, and I kind of chuckled a little to myself, but I ended up sitting at the welcome meeting, I think I'd call it. I sat next to the woman that I sat next to last year, which I don't mind. She's an amazing woman, and we just chit chat. We live in the same city, like the friend that I'm sharing a room with, and we, she has been active in the area where David and I used to live, so we do have stuff to talk about, and just city life, because he's been living there forever, just like me. And my friend is she will always be a newcomer. She's been living in my town since end of year 17, when her husband moved to the city for his job. So yeah, we would end up chit-chatting about everything and nothing. And hang on, what mistake? Did I even put this one down? No, I didn't. I just moved it. This one. I don't know what happened here. I was just chit-chatting. No, I did use this one, didn't I? Hang on. What color did this one. Okay, so which one is hiding the 8s? Oh, amazing, amazing. God, little lady. How often have you ever done this? Because for some reason, in this diamond painting, I have done it more than once. Well, not more than once. This is the second time that I put down diamond paintings, drills at the wrong symbol. And I don't really get why, because I've never really had the tendency of doing so before. I don't know. Let's just hope that I don't have to put a sticky one into my container again. Oh, yay. Wait. Just one? Oh, well. I can deal with that. See, something was up. I knew it. So yeah. I didn't leave the hostel the whole weekend just because I was tired. And also because, I wasn't really feeling going out. Coffee time. I was, I was overwhelmed being with people. I was tired. I was, I even on Saturday evening when there was dinner time, I wasn't hungry. I still have, I have issues with feeling hungry. I've told you that before. And at that time, I had been socializing from Friday afternoon until Saturday afternoon. And I have really been socializing compared to what usually is a lot of socializing for me. So I just needed some peace and quiet, really. My head needed to just have nobody around. So I went to our room, sat on the bed. I did actually put on a little music to just, relax my head a little, because when I'm overwhelmed like that and my head is tired, sorry, I do need a little, maybe background noise is the best. It's basically the same when I'm sitting and diamond painting. I do usually have on an audiobook, or I listen to a TV show, or I listen to music, just, a little something to have in the background. So I had a little music on, and I was sitting there knitting a little, or just staring out into the void. And then at around, I don't know, the dinner was at 6 p.m. So when the dinner was over, my friend came to the room because she noticed that I wasn't at dinner. So she came, looking for me to make sure everything was fine. And, she came in and like, oh, you're here, good. Because she knows me. She knows that I probably just needed some time. I needed some space. I needed some peace and quiet. And, she told me that she had been in the dining room hall, and, was wondering, I wonder, because I was wearing a knitted dress that day. So she was like, yeah, I knew what to look for, and I couldn't see that reddish dress anywhere because it has different colors of red in it. And I couldn't see it, so I was like, have anybody seen Mia? And people were like, oh no, is she okay? Do we need to look for her? And she was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think she's in our room just needing a little peace and quiet. Do we need to take away some food for her? I was like, no, it's okay. I think she just needed some time, and I think she would have been here if she was hungry. Plus, there will be, cake and whatnot later. So if she's really hungry, it'll be okay. Plus, she knew that I had nuts and some biscuits in our room, so I wouldn't starve to death immediately. So yeah, she was just there checking that I was okay and that it was just me needing a little time. And then, I walked out the room with her because it was time to go to a kind of like a show and tell. There was a woman there who showed us these beautiful pictures from when a group of her knitting friends, they have this thing where they are being contacted by museums and stuff like that, or churches, to come and look at it and then maybe do knit stuff that is relevant to that place, and then do a exhibit, to show, okay, this is what we were thinking about when we was walking around here taking pictures, and and sometimes the things that they made, would be out of the littlest details in a chair or in a window, just teeny tiny details. And it looked good. I have to say, it looked good. It isn't something that I would want to do, but I get it why they think it's funny and why it's interesting. Plus, again, they're basically making their own patterns and, just working from a picture, and I can't do that. I don't know that I ever will, but it looks amazing. They're making, dresses and shirts and night hats and whatnot. It's amazing that they can do that just from a picture, But it was so interesting to hear her talk about it. And and after that, we had basically most of the hostel because we were so many. We were around, how many people were we? Around 60. So we had most of the accommodations. We had all the rooms. We had, all the living rooms and whatnot to our disposal. So we went upstairs to this TV room, I guess it is, because it had a big TV in there. And they had some couches that were better to sit in than the chairs in the meeting room. The conference room. That is not a meeting room, that's a conference room. Where we were having, where we were meeting to have the bigger meetings. We were also having on Saturday afternoon before I went to my room, we have an evaluation of this weekend and a chat about what's coming next, and we needed someone to say that they would arrange the retreat in 26 because the next 2 years is already planned. We try to plan ahead 3 years, and that we have someone to plan for 3 years. So that means next year they need to find someone to plan for 27, because we do need to book a place in advance because we're so many. I mean, last year we were 70 something, and this year we were around 60. So we are a lot of people, and we need to find somewhere to be that can accommodate that many people, especially because now more and more people want to have a single bedroom, and more would like to have a room with a bathroom in it. So when in the beginning they made these retreats, people were like, oh yeah, I just needed the cheap price, so they would bunk four in a room, and yay, who cares about having, a bathroom in the room? It was basically, more about the company than the accommodation. But time changes, people get older, and now more and more want their own room, and they want the bathroom in their room. So we need to find places that can accommodate that. And sadly, this year wasn't really doing that. I mean, there were some misinformation given. A lot of changes had to be done just a week or two prior. And all of a sudden, they also needed, $20 more from each of us because of the rising food prices. And I know $20 isn't a whole lot, but they had this contract for 2 years. You would think that that would be a binding contract, and some of the people that arranged this year's retreat told me, well, that's the woman that I was sitting next to in the introduction meeting. She told us that she had gotten so many contradicting messages when she had talked to the sous chef and the owner of the place, and she should have really insisted on getting all those things on writing, because she had been told that no, we wouldn't get any increases in cost because the deal was this, the contract was 2 years old, and this is what we had, but that's the deal at that time, despite not knowing what would happen. But yeah, $20 isn't, for some people it's a fortune, I know that. But for most of us, $20 is okay. But we have learned a lot from this year and the struggles we ended up having. So we were even talking about in this evaluation that maybe we need to start looking at hotels, because some people, up until now, it has always been hostels. So because those have been cheaper, but some people were sorry. Oh, huh. But some people were in during that evaluation, looking at prices for a conference hotel, and they were basically saying, okay, this is what it would cost to have this at this hotel, and basically it would be, I don't know, what was it, $25 more expensive than what we had paid for this year. And most people were like, well, that is okay. Plus, if you do it like this, you would be guaranteed that you could have your own room, and it would be a hotel. So we just need to figure out some stuff, because what's important to us is that we have, rooms that is ours and that we can lock, because we have this, we need places that we can sit, in smaller groups and talk and chat and, just be social. And we need those places to be comfy, not that, so that we don't have to sit in, dining chairs or something. And we need rooms for we usually, everybody says that they can bring their adoption ready yarn, meaning if you have yarn or knitting books or accessories that you want to sell, you can bring it. And believe me, people bring a lot of stuff. So we need room to put all this, and we need a bigger room because we need space. Some people bring a lot to sell. I usually bring bunch myself. This year I only brought some of my mother-in-law's yarn because we needed, to sell it. And it actually went really well selling it. I just sold one. I got a lot of money out of it. I mean, I didn't sell all of it, but it was okay. I mean, I got in some money, and maybe I can sell even more later. But yeah, we do need, I mean, we do need space, we do need rooms, we do need places that we can sit and socialize. So it isn't just saying, oh, we're going to go to this hotel and everything will be fine. We do need, the right space for us. We can't just say, oh, this looks good and this is cheap. I mean, the place that we're going next year, where I have been the most time, it is on Funen, and it is called Svenborg. That is on the southern part of the island. This is where my dad was born, actually. It's a beautiful city, and it's right by the water. Yeah, it takes about an hour to drive there. But that hostel basically has everything we need. We get the rooms, we have, almost no issues getting all the single rooms that people want. The food is amazing. Plus, it's close to downtown if people want to go shopping, and, some people meet up early on Friday to have lunch together before. If you need something during the weekend, you can go downtown, or even if you just want to, take a stroll, because sometimes it's quite nice to get out to, to get a little mood, to walk a little, or to just see something else. A lot of people do that. Usually I do that as well, but this year I was just too pooped. But even though the weather was beautiful, the weather was amazing. I mean, even though we're in October, I didn't even have to wear my jacket when I went to the car and back. And usually October is rather chill. It isn't cold, cold, cold. I mean, it is today. I have had the wood stove on, but then again, it's because we don't have the heat very high in our house. And I don't even know if the heat has turned on yet. We have it on automatic, so when it reaches a certain coldness, the heat starts up, And we have it at around 20.5 degrees, which is low for a lot of people. We're like, well, we have the wooden stove, and to save on energy, we can just wear an extra sweater or so. Plus, I love sitting in front of the wooden stove, just looking into the flames and feeling the heat. The downside is that when I'm coming back here to diamond paint or to knit or whatever, well, if I wanted to knit, I can just bring it down there. But when I come here, it feels freezing because the wooden stove is in the other end of the house. And the heat doesn't really get down here. It doesn't. Because, well, it sounds bad when I say it, but our house is big. We have around 140, how do you say that? Square foot? I don't know. We have 140 of them. So we do have a lot of space. And the wooden stove is at the other end of the house, and it doesn't really reach the entire house. Especially not my room, because my room is the furthest away together with our bedroom. And the bedroom is fine. It doesn't need to be warm at all because we want to be able to sleep. But my room is actually the coolest room in the house because I have a north-facing window. And I keep forgetting the reason for why it's colder than the other ones. But it is cooler, and in the summer it's amazing. I love having this little space of mine when it's really, really warm outside. And I can just go in here and it's what? At least a few degrees Celsius cooler than the rest of the house. I mean, that is amazing. It can still be hot as hell in here, but it's still a little less hellish than the rest of the house, if you get what I mean. So yeah. But in the winter, it's also a few degrees Celsius colder than the rest of the house. I don't know if it's a few, but at least, I think at least half are an entire degree colder, which is a lot when it's already cool. And that's despite me having a radiator in here as well as the rest of the house. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. My coffee is getting cold. It's not cold yet, but I do need to drink it before it gets cold. I don't know about you. I don't like cold coffee. Um, we do get, we coffee and tea at the retreat. But sometimes you just get so busy talking that you kind of forget your coffee and tea. I don't mind cold tea. I mean, I'm not loving it, but cold coffee, I can't do cold coffee. I can't. Nope. There's something about the taste of cold coffee that I just don't sit well with me. So if it gets cold, I have to throw it out. And that is a waste of coffee. So I need to get better at drinking it while it's still at least lukewarm. Lukewarm is okay. Cold, not so much. So yeah. Oh, I can just keep going on the retreat, but I need to talk about something else as well. So, as you know, usually Monday is Rosa Day. My brother wrote me Sunday afternoon after I came home that Rosa had just gotten back and that she was having a fever and was throwing up. And I was like, gotten back from where? And this is where I was sniggering a little. He texted back, hell, also known as the street name where my parent lives. Yeah. Apparently, my mom had shown up at 7:53 a.m. that morning, demanding to get Rosa for, a visit or whatever. And Rosa wanted to go with her. So, of course, she got to. But the audacity of just showing up, demanding to get her. I mean, I can't even imagine what you would have done, the drama that would have happened if Rosa had said no. Oh dear God. But the audacity of just showing up unannounced and then demanding that Rosa come with her. I mean, I told my brother, you know what, I would have opened the window and told her to come back in at least 3 hours because this was too early. I would have done that. Nobody shows up at my house that early. I mean, I wouldn't be awake anyway. And if I was woken up by the doorbell, oh, that poor person. That is, no. You don't do that. You don't wake up people. And you don't show up unannounced that early in the morning. I mean, it wasn't even 8 o'clock. No. I'm pretty sure that I would have at least strangled her just a little for showing up that early alone. But yeah. And I know it wasn't her fault that Rosa got sick. I know that. I mean, you don't get a fever and puking from just being with your grandparent. But yeah, my brother wasn't happy that she had just showed up like that. And I get it. I absolutely get it. So yeah. Ba-da-bum. Where? I'm sorry, I just noticed some sevens that I had forgotten, and now I need to find it. Where is my 7? There. See, that is the issue when you don't put them right back in the container that you store your containers in. That you need to look for it a little to get the right one. But I still love this system. I love seeing how many colors I have when I'm done. And yeah. But yeah. So she's sick. She's still sick. Poor little thing. My brother sent me some pictures during the day, and while she was sleeping or when she was awake, just, hanging on him. And when she woke up, during the evening and stuff like that, she was crying because she was feeling so poorly and everything hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, my little baby. I hate being sick, and I hate, being nauseous and having to throw up. That is basically the worst thing of my life, because once I start, I can't stop again, because it's so disgusting to me. And I have never ever liked being sick like that. And so I feel so sorry for her, and I hope that she doesn't feel like me. When you start, you just keep going because it makes you sick being sick. So if I'm sick like that, I basically live next to the toilet because it's necessary. I mean, I don't get a lot of warning. It just happens out of nowhere. And yeah, he sent me a picture yesterday of her sitting on the couch with a bucket with water in it. I don't know if you do that in the US as well, and the rest of the world where people are coming from. But the best thing to do when you're sick like that, and you're not sure, especially with kids, you're not sure that they'd be able to get to the bathroom in time, you just give them a bucket or a wash basin, something like that, a smaller bucket or something with water in it. The bucket with water in it being, if it has water in it, it's easier to pour out when you're done being sick. Sorry for the sniffle. So yeah, she was sitting there, and it looked enormous in her little hands, but at least she looked like she had gotten a good night's sleep. Then my brother sent a picture of himself, like, some look more awake than others. And I wrote back, fake it till you make it. And like, this is me after a week of no sleep. And I sent him a picture of me looking, smiling to the camera and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're used to faking it till you make it. I'm not. Yeah, well, you're a dad. Learn it. I mean, that's what it's like when you're a single dad. You don't have a lot of people taking over. And I'm not getting a sick child out here, because I'll be sick within the hour. I can promise you that. Especially if she's throwing up. Then I'd definitely be sick within the hour. Not that I'm getting the bug that she's having, but because I'd have to help her when she's sick. And we just talked about what that's doing to me. So that isn't a good idea. I mean, even when I was working in the senior care, I remember having this deal with some of my coworkers that if any of the elderly ever got sick, I mean, puking, throwing up, whatever you want to call it, they would go in there taking care of it, those of them who hadn't any issues with it, because they knew that I couldn't. But the deal was that whenever, if people needed a diaper change, or we even had some who had a lot of mucus in their throat, and some just don't like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't mind that. As long as they aren't sick, I can deal with almost anything. So that was my job, going in there, and removing mucus from their throats or the back of their throats, I can do that. I mean, I did it with my mother-in-law as well when she was in the hospital, and I just didn't mind. I mean, yes, it isn't nice, but it has to be done. I mean, some of these elderlies had to have it done several times a day, otherwise they wouldn't be able to breathe. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that because I'm, making sure that they're doing okay. And for my mother-in-law, I wanted to help her out as much as I could, and me doing it was, meant that the nurses and doctors didn't have to drop in all the time and take time away from the other patients that maybe needed them. Well, I don't know if they needed them more, but when I and my sister-in-law were able to do it, then why would they have to come in to do the job that we could do? It, it made sense for us that we did it ourselves. Also because, we were talking to her and telling her, this is what we're going to do. Basically comforting her while we did it, letting her know that this isn't the best feeling in the world, but it has to be done, I knew I missed one of those as well. And it's all the way down there. So yeah. Oh, and I need to go see what are you calling the eye doctor? Because my glasses are not working. I see better without my glasses than with my glasses. And optometrist? Something. The eye doctor. And I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to, see better with my glasses than without them. So I need to go down there and say hello. I just need to figure out when my preferred eye doctor is in, so that he can do the eye test and then order in the glasses. I want to keep the frame around my glasses because I actually like it. And it fits my face, my little round baby doll face. I don't know if it's a baby doll face, I just usually call it that. Because people always say, what? You're 44? Well, 43 a second ago. Like, you don't look it. And I'm like, well, what do I look then? And people will go, oh, you look like you're maybe 30. I'm like, yeah, don't flatter me. What do you want from me? I'm old, people. I'm old. I mean, maybe 10 years ago, people would have been more right. I was looking way younger than I was because I remember being at the place that my dad worked at the time, and one of the other employees, a young girl, came in, and my dad and I were talking about, I had to go home to my husband. I said something like, well, I think it's time to go home to my husband, we have this specific way of saying it here in Denmark. And he was like, yeah, well, you just go right home, spending some time with your husband. He was coming home early or something. And then this girl looked at me and looked at my dad and like, how can you be married? And I'm like, well, that's quite easy. I went to the church. We said I do. And here we are. So you're newlywed? Well, newlywed. At that time, I think we'd been married for 10 years or so. It was like, no, maybe not at that time. Hang on. 10 years ago, we would have been married 6 or 7 years at that time. And I told her, we've been, I think 7 years. We've been married for 7 years. And she looked at me, and then she looked incredulously at my father and went, you let her get married before she was 18? And my dad kind of looked at her, and then she looked at me. And And he looked at me like, I looked at her and said, I'm sorry, how old do you think I am? And she looked at me, well, you don't look older than 22 or something. And I just burst out laughing like, sweetie, that is so sweet. And I love you for it, but no, I'm in my mid-30s. And it's like incredulously looking at me like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. I think I know best what age I am. I mean, she was like, but you don't look that old. Oh, sweetheart, I love you. Thank you. But like, I can't say that anymore, right? I'm old, you people. I'm old. Anyway, that is the story I wanted to end this with. And I've been yabbing on for how long by now? Oh, see, that was almost at the hour mark that I said that. So, let's finish it up here. We almost made it all the way for me to be done with the checkerboarding. So yay, then I can just continue filling that in. But please don't forget to give a thumbs up if you are still here. And I hope... No, wait! I said, so this is a good thing. If you're still here, okay? And I hope you are, because I have a giveaway, okay? I reached 350 subscribers, and I want to give away a gift card for $25 to Diamond Art Club. So, what you have to do is put a word in the comment field down below. Write a sentence, not just a word, and the word has to be retreat. R-E-T-R-E-A-T. Retreat. Make a sentence of that, and in, let's say, 14 days, I will pick a winner. Okay? So, and don't write anything about giveaway or anything, because then people outside our little group will know that something is going on in here. I won't even say that in the description of this one. But yeah, put in a sentence with that word, and I will pick a winner in 14 days, 2 weeks. So yeah, give a like, write a comment down below, and write me something. Let me know how you're doing. Don't forget that. And I will see you in my next video or in my next live. Bye, everybody. Bye. Love you.